Hello, you beautiful lot. So, a lot of things get on my tits these days. Gravy. Umbongo. Cum. No, a lot of things do annoy me though. In particular, those people who try and tell you how to live your life. Like there's people who tell me that I wear too much black. Well, it looks great. If it's good enough for the men of the Night's Watch, it's good enough for me. And it covers up the bloodstains. There's also people who tell me that I'm not, or I don't have enough of a thigh gap to wear short shorts or a bikini. Between you and I don't have a thigh gap at all. But I am one step closer to being a mermaid. So I think I'm the real winner here. Definitely the real winner. So I know some of you are looking at me thinking she's already talking about tits and umbongo. But please trust me. That's what I say to my husband when we're trying out new positions in bed. To see what's best to see the television. Trying to work out. And for anyone who isn't convinced, here's an actual proper joke. What's an owl's favourite TV show? Doctor Who. You know, it's the tawny owl that actually makes that noise. One owl goes twit, and the other one goes, who are you calling a twit? So is anyone excited about the fact that we're coming out of winter, heading towards spring and summer? Anyone not excited? Anyone? Yeah. I've got one person, my man, you're my person. What's your name? Levi. I have a feeling there may have been an interaction with you before that I can... I like your name, Levi. You and I, this is going to be like, I'm expecting you to laugh at everything or else see you outside. Anyway, I've gone completely off track here. But no, the thing is, I prefer winter, right? Because I think it's easier to be depressed in winter. I mean, it's always easy to be depressed if you've got clinical depression. But like, you can just stay in and watch Netflix. I said this at one gig, and one woman in the audience went, I do that too. Like, we were the only two people in the world that watch Netflix. And you can enjoy their recommendations. Like Netflix recommends for you Joseph Fritzl, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Because you watched Robin Williams' A Life Remembered. What sickos put that together? The other problem with summer is you have to go out and you've got to be social. You end up with sand in places because you've gone to the beach. Sand in places you never knew existed. Or where I'm from, Portsmouth, it's more like tiny little pebbles rattling around inside you like you're some ancient kitchen appliance. People also bang on about getting your summer body, don't they? That's annoying. With me, though, I also had it at my wedding. When are you getting your wedding body? But what I thought I might do is, rather than just lose weight overnight and surprise my husband, I thought I might turn up with a brand new body and come as like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That might have been quite fun. I also like winter because I can wear clothes that cover up the carpet burns. That's a sex joke for the half the audience. Didn't get it. So is there anyone here that wishes they were born in a different period of time? Maybe like the 1920s because you love jazz? Anyone? Me. All right. I'm not interested in when it was. I'm just going to talk about me. I wish I was born in the Cretaceous Paleogene period. It's like when the meteorite hit the Earth and like wiped out most life forms and dinosaurs. I feel like I'd have been a lot happier then. Someone at a gig did go, yeah, but you'd be dead. I know. Point. One thing I can say, as a woman who loves to multitask, whether it was God, the universe, the cosmos, whatever it was that caused that meteorite to hit the Earth, killed a lot of birds with one stone. Anyway, I'm looking for a career change, something where I can like jump out of big bed and be full of joy and happiness. So I'm looking at moving into the death or funeral industry. I should specify as a mortician, not as a serial killer. But as HR say, there is always room for growth. So we never know where that might go. The reason for that is that I've had a lot of death in my life. Sadly, not my own. But I have had a lot of death in my life. So I want to give something back. I want to help people who are grieving, help people preparing for death. And that bit's not a joke, right? That's a genuine thing. And something I find lovely when people die is that we share stories about the ones we love. That's really nice. So I'm going to share with you one of my favourite stories. When I was 19 years old, I was visiting my grandfather in Spain, and we just got home. We got out the car. He would not let me say hello to his neighbour because he was embarrassed about how I was dressed. According to him, I looked like a prostitute. Now, the reason, you might be thinking that's horrendous. But you see, when my mum was a similar age, he told her that he was embarrassed because she was dressed like a whore. My mum died when I was 10, and I always wondered if we had anything in common. So now I know we both dress like sluts. It also shows how my grandfather became more progressive, believing that women should actually get paid. And if I go on to have a daughter, I can only hope that he refers to her as a sex worker. My favourite funeral, that's not a sentence you hear every day, is it? My favourite funeral was for an ex of mine. That's not why it was my favourite funeral. I feel that is important to mention. Nobody told my brother and I that it was colourful dress code, so we turned up all in black. We looked like Mulder and Scully sat at the back, and the truth was not out there that day. Something with death, I do think about zombies quite a lot. Anyone else? Yeah, Levi, my man. Like, I knew he'd think about zombies. The thing about being a zombie, though, is that phrases that get the living through might not work if you're a zombie. YOLO. Doesn't work, does it? Do you think they also get annoyed with actors in, like, The Last of Us or The Walking Dead? Bloody living people. Taking our jobs. You'd also struggle going on holiday, because you'd get your photos done for your passport, but they'd ask you to take your makeup off, and you couldn't because you were a zombie. So you just get stuck going to Morecambe year after year after year. Like, it's fine once, isn't it? But, like, you don't want 20 poses of you doing the same thing every time. Why is it when you go on holiday, people go, are you going anywhere nice? No, I'm going somewhere shit. I've saved my money to go somewhere crap. Can I come with you? No. Not unless I cut you up into lots of little pieces and put you in my suitcase. And as we've established, I am not a serial killer. One thought I had at a funeral. Just one. You know how at weddings the bride has the bouquet of flowers? She turns around, she does a bouquet toss, and whoever catches it next is next to get married. At a funeral, I'm looking at them flowers at the wake. Looking around the room, there's quite a lot of elderly people in here. Crematorium's open for a few hours, we might be able to squeeze another in. Just thoughts, really. But I will leave you with this story. It's about I had a pet rabbit, right? And I loved this rabbit. His name was Cloud, named after Cloud in Final Fantasy. And he was gorgeous, but he was very, very sick. And we'd taken him to the vet several times in one day. And in the middle of the night, I got up and I was cradling him. We had to take him to the vets. I got dressed. We were like, I think he's going to die. I think he's going to die. And he did. Like, we couldn't get him to the vets quick enough. And he just died in my arms. And I was crying my eyes out. And the thing is, to all of my wonderful audience here, you're all looking quite sombre and sad. It's a sad story, isn't it? It's a sad story. And so I cannot finish on a dead rabbit. Are there any shops open on a Sunday night where I can buy some batteries? Thank you. You've all been lovely. I've been so excited about performing. I used to live actually up here, and I used to come to Liverpool quite a lot. I didn't live in Liverpool. I was going to lie. I actually lived in Manchester. One person was like, oh, no. But I was so excited about coming up here. Like I said, I could have lied and said that I was from Liverpool. But comedians never lie. Anyway, you have all been absolutely lovely. And for anyone who is wondering, after an impression of a lobster...
What happened to the rabbit?
Well, it died. I said it died.
Oh,
Well, you're not... Yeah, no, it died. And then I've got to get batteries to finish myself off. That's a separate story. Anyway, for anyone, that's my time. You've been lovely. I've been Emma. And for anyone who is wondering, the best position to watch television in the bedroom is reverse cowgirl. Thank you.
King, everybody!